All right, Trace. I've been doing nails, practicing my tushy off. That's right, I said tushy. My tushy hurts from practicing so much.
Pineapple.
Pineapple is Tracy's safe word. And I'm doing it on the nail trainer. It is officially time to do it on a real person. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. This is terrifying. Is it not terrifying? This is scary.
It's terrifying.
How the hell do you transition from practice, and now I got to do it on a real human being that's going to judge me, right?
You should have already been practicing on a real person. Should be right out. So is it switching to a real client who has to pay you?
Ooh, okay. We'll add that in. I like that. Let's do this as a two-parter.
Yes,
this is nice. Let's go from, I'm practicing picking up pearls, setting them down. I have a nail trainer. I got to do it on a real person now. I'm scared as hell. How do I make that jump, yo? Like, is it just like, F it, I'm going in?
Cannonball. You got it. However, I always recommend working on yourself.
Oh.
This way, because with the trainer hands...
Gosh dang it, you with the good answers.
I try.
All right.
The trainer hands are amazing, right? I mean, if you can't work on a real person, that's the next best thing. However, you can't feel pressure. You can't. There's things that when I first started working with the electric file, I'm like, does it hurt? Is it too much pressure or a hand file? And you will know when you do it on yourself really quick, the touch that you need for everything that you're doing. So transitioning, start with yourself, move into victims.
It's great. It's perfect for this episode. People are going to love that. They're like, yeah, victims.
AKA family and friends.
Family and friends. Okay. That is the freaking solution right there. That is so good. I wasn't expecting that. Even though I've heard you say this before, I wasn't expecting it. And it's like, that's the answer.
Expect it to be a good answer?
It was too good. It's a good answer, Tracy.
I'll never do it. Never make the switch.
Fail. Like, actually, not like fail and grow from it, but just fail
and quit.
Go into depression.
This episode on fail and quit.
We're going to tell you what you need to hear. You fail and then quit. Okay. When you practice on yourself, okay, so this is great. If I'm practicing on myself, we're not talking about like, well, let me do this and then let me work on my non-dominant. Like, just practice on the one hand, right?
Practice
and then
on the hand.
Removal,
do different things. Removal,
reapplication,
fills, rebalancing. All of it can be done on your own. I don't, because people are like, well, if I remove and reapply, you better learn how to remove right.
Correct.
Or practice your fills or thin it out and start, that way you're not damaging your own nails. But again, if you're damaging your own nails,
you should feel it.
Probably going to be damaging other people's. So you need to make it where it doesn't hurt on you, so it doesn't hurt on your clients.
Right. And that's the thing is like, let's say I'm practicing removal, it's like, I put, if you went past that base layer, it's like,
pressure,
shoot.
Ouch.
Right.
I went past the base layer. Ouch. But these are all things too that you can do with a hand file. So you need, you could, like, if you're going to learn really quick to season your hand file if you cut yourself.
Right.
Because
of course.
you're not going to want to do that to your client, and it hurts on yourself. So lesson learned.
This would be me though. Unseasoned nail file. It hurts. Why does it hurt? I don't understand. Why does it hurt? Ow, I cut my stupid file. It hurt. Like, that would literally be me.
I would say keep going. Keep going,
You can do it, Abib.
It must be the file's problem, not yours.
It's the file's problem.
You show it who's boss.
Got to season them files.
Got to season the files.
Great way to learn about everything. And then also, God, this is just too good of an answer. It pisses me off. Because then you're wearing your work, right? And is it lifting?
Exactly.
Is like, wait a second, why is this peeling? What happened? How come in the back I have a little, is there a pocket lift? Or in the back cuticle area, it's lifting a little bit. What am I doing?
Yep.
Not like, well, it's the tech's fault. Like, you can't, the only person you can blame is the tech. It's you. It's you.
Unless you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Correct.
And then it's still you. But yeah, because when a client walks away, if you haven't had that experience, you're like, well, I hope I prepped it right. But
Right.
if you've been doing it on yourself, you'll know if you prepped it right. Did you prep it the way you prepped on yourself and they lasted?
Right.
And when you first start, there's going to be lifting.
Oh, you're going to screw
You're
up.
going to figure it out. Did you get it on the skin? Yeah, I'm looking. I got it on the skin. Oh, that's why that. But you learn.
Yeah. Live and learn, Trace.
Live and learn.
Live and learn.
Or don't learn at all.
Or don't learn at all.
Be a Greg.
And then fail. And then stop. And then
quit.
close shop. Just kidding. Don't do that. Okay. So I love that. That's great. Part 1. Now let's talk about part 2, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you have been working on yourself. You feel good. Let's say you've been working on some family members, victims, and you're doing pretty good.
Yep.
You got your license.
Yep.
If you're in the States. Now it's time to transition to real paying flipping clients,
Here's
right?
the cliff. Here's the water. We're
Ah!
jumping.
Yeah, time to jump
Time to jump and hope there's water down there.
and hope there's water down there. That's a scary move.
Absolutely. And we just, I don't know how they'll fall, but we just did one on how do we deal with the aftermath of a bad set.
Okay, this kind of plays in nicely.
That plays into it because it's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen.
Like, let me ask you this. The timing of transitioning to a client, let's say you're working on family and friends or yourself, and let's say you're like, shoot, it's taking me still 3 hours to do a full set.
Yeah.
Are you like, hey, okay, screw it. I'm just going in. I'm going to start doing paying clients.
How else are you going to get faster?
Well, what if you say, okay, I'm going to get it down to an hour and a half. Once I get it down to an hour and a half on the victims, family, friends.
If you have enough victims. So if you wait until you're 100% confident and 100% got your time down, you're never going to start because you're just not going to have enough people unless you really are dedicated and you got a lot of people. But usually when you come out of school, you need to be in a salon. You need to start making money.
Yeah.
So, it's going to go hand in hand. Now, you won't have a huge clientele at first. You might, it might be that you're taking mostly manis and pedis at first, with the salon. Depends how you have the situation. If you're booth rent, then you're taking anything, but it's a lot of times when you go to work for a salon, they might ease you into it. But you should be trying to get as many of those families and friends in your chair at the salon. So you're there working and practicing at the same time.
So now you're paying me to the family and friends? Like if they weren't paying you before, like do you transition and say, hey,
you got to get paid eventually.
Gotta get paid.
People are like, well, should I? Shouldn't I? I'm like, well, is there a benefit to not charging?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that, I really need the practice and they're willing to come in and sit as long as it takes. Okay, then don't charge them at this time. But also let them know that eventually they're going to have to pay. That you're going to need that seat taken up and hey, by the way, it also will be helpful if you help pay for the product. Most family and friends, I'm hoping, will, drop you some money.
So would you recommend this? Because I know there's going to be people out there that are in this situation. Mm-hmm. I'm out of school. Mm-hmm. I don't really have any practice. I passed my state boards. I have limited practice. It's taken me 4 hours to do a set. Screw it. I'm going to start charging and doing a full.
I did.
You did.
I did.
You just went straight to that.
Sink or swim.
Oh my God.
I went booth rent. I had to make it. And
your sets were taking like on a client. I know your first set was like 5 hours.
Yeah, but I didn't go from 5 hours to an hour.
But when you say your first set was 5 hours, that was a paying client?
No, that was my mom.
Okay. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. But no, I mean, I probably by the time I was in the salon was at least 3 hours.
Paying clients.
Yeah.
And they knew, I'm going to Tracy. She's taking 3 hours.
I was honest with people, So you have to have that practice to get any faster.
And that a little bit of pressure, right?
That pressure.
It's kind of good for you.
Well, pressure will definitely, and again, I had a lot of support in the salon. So if I was really underwater, I could always ask for help.
Yeah.
Which is huge. But you don't go from 5 to 1. There's just no way. It's going to take getting that technique down, and that speed has to follow with the practice.
So this is very similar. By the way, I agree with you 100%, which is rare. Can everybody, we get
this is recorded.
We need an amen because we're totally in agreement here.
Like amazing. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We agree. There is something to be said about having your back against the wall, right? Like painting yourself into a corner a little bit. There's a difference between playing nails and I'm a professional charging for nails.
Yep.
Like when you step into the arena, right? There's when you're at a true pro level of anything in any environment, the game changes.
Yep.
And if you don't feel that a little bit of that pressure, it's different. So it's kind of like when I talk to people and they start businesses, and they're going to start a business and they come to me and they're like, hey, I want to just ask you some advice. Like, I'm going to write this business plan and then I'm going to do research here and then I'm going to you like the list is like 80 long before they're going to start the business. And then I'll start.
Which a plan is good.
A plan is good. I'm not saying a plan is not good. Absolutely, you're right. They're like, what should I do? And my response is, you need to start now.
Yeah.
Like, because, excuse me. Sorry, Jorge. Burped. Yeah.
I'm offended.
Good.
Cut that part out. Excuse me. The reason is because if you always have this safety net behind you, you're never going to get to that pro level. Like, you got to jump in and you have to, like, I got to pay bills.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to pay bills. Like, I need to, with that pressure behind you, if I need to pay bills, you're going to get stuff done. You're going to move at a faster pace. Like, the competition now, like, it's up there.
Yeah. Well, it'd be much like me saying, hey, Habib, you're going to learn how to drive. We're just going to put you in this simulator.
Yeah.
And when you're confident, we'll put you in a car.
Right.
It's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
You've got to have that pressure of going 10 miles per hour while everybody's flipping you off.
Yep.
And,
yeah.
That's
it in how to move. I remember it's so funny when I used to play the drums, I used to practice like nonstop, right? It's actually how I hurt myself, is because I practiced so much. Too much. I overdid it. And I read this great book. It is like, he's kind of considered one of the great drummers of all time. His name is Buddy Rich. And in the book, he said, what every drummer needs to do is you need to play actual gigs in front of people more than anything is the best practice.
All eyes on you.
All eyes on you. You're just playing gig after gig after, you're just gigging constantly. And like idiot me, 20 something, I was like, this.
I know better.
Dude. Tracy, I totally
was I don't need other instruments with me.
I'm the solo show, right? Solo. Like, I thought, I was like, that's crazy. Like, no, I have to get it. And then I would play some gigs with some bands, but I was so concerned with
being perfect,
and not screwing up at gigs. And the only way you learn is you got to get out there and you've got to do it over and over again.
Same.
You've got to kind of like take that step. So for nails, it is that you're going to experience, again, it's rough. Like, oh my God, this person is so frustrated because I'm taking 3 hours on the set and they're just annoyed, and you have to, and then it just keeps, it gets worse and worse and worse. You got to do it though.
Yep. And in the meantime, watching videos on how to speed up time, how to do this. If you can take like our week-long course, I mean, that'll put you way ahead, because we we focus on technique first, and then we like, okay, this is how you're killing your time, because you're doing this, and this. It'll come, and if you're doing all that plus working on people, it'll come faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Techniques first, speed comes after that. Improving your time. will come after that. But in the end, you got to just start taking the damn clients.
Get in the car.
Get in the car and drive. Exactly. So I think this is great because I know there's a lot of people that are going to be listening to this going, oh, man, I got to just go.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, I was looking for, no.
There's this magic pill. You just take it and you're good.
And clients appear and they're all happy.
Everything's great.
You need to book your first paying client now. And you're going to hit a wall. It may suck. They may fire you. You may lose them. But you know the feedback you're going to get?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
You're going to be like, why did they leave? Well, I took too long. Okay, got to work on my time. My nails are too bulky. Cool, got to work on file finishing. One of the nails lifted before they walked out. Shoot, I got to work on prep. Like the information you're going to get is going to be insane.
And that doesn't end, Habib.
Never ends.
Because you never do a perfect set.
Right.
And there is always notes that you can make in your head of like, the next time they come in, they look good.
Yeah.
But you're always working on it. You're always working on, getting to the next level.
It's the never ending nails. Yeah. Come on, Trey, sing with me. Yeah. All right, we're done.
Subscribe the channel now. Subscribe the channel now. Subscribe the channel.